They brought us to this country as a labor force. We built a foundation and they hate us for it. They hate us for it. We built a foundation and they ain't pay us for it. They ain't pay us for it, but they gon' pay for it. Already prayed for it. Non-believers didn't pray for us. Non-believers didn't pray for us. We're black and we built a foundation. Stone by stone, generation to generation. Vultures said we had no culture. Them vultures got a Jay-Z poster. Them vultures got a lazy culture. Vultures eat what they didn't kill. Vultures sleep what they didn't build. They brought us to this country as a labor force. We built a foundation and they hate us for it. We built a foundation and they ain't pay us for it. They ain't paid for it, but they gon' pay for it. Already paid for it. Non-believers pray for it. Non-believers didn't pray for us. Non-believers didn't pray for us. We're black and we built a foundation. Stone by stone, generation to generation. Vultures said we had no culture. And vultures got a Jay-Z poster. Them vultures got a lazy poster.
All right, so upon further review, I started to see that, he might be deliberately attacking FBA, sneak dissing. You dig? Caught a couple videos. I'm like, you know what? This is borderline sneak dissing right here. Like, but he's really sneak dissing. Like, he's only talking to us, FBAs. He's not talking to tethers or white supremacists. All right, so let's go.
But you see how your mindset is actually colonized in a manner to where you're mad that a person goes to a continent that's full of...
So he's condemning all of FBAs because a few in his chat who disapproves with him glazing Africa. Okay, now we got a colonized mindset. The whole lineage has a colonized mindset because a couple of his followers, not even like random FBAs like myself who don't follow this creep, this ain't random FBAs, rogue FBAs. These are his followers who's calling him out for glazing Africa. And then he disses the entire lineage. This is what they do.
He's billion melanated people. But if I go to a continent that's full of 100 million Caucasians, there's no issue. So all of this so-called consciousness that you think you have, it's out the window to me.
So in other words, he's more safer around white supremacists than FBAs. Like, that was the whole point for him saying that. And you know he's a straight line. They take your ass to these cities that's being called out to be supremacist cities. Like, stop it, dude.
You invalidate yourself the moment you start speaking like that, because it makes no sense. People go all around the world. The moment that a person goes to Africa, all of a sudden, all your history, narrative, and consciousness starts to pop up. It's crazy. That's crazy.
Nah, that ain't it. It's when you go, you're glazing. You're glazing Africa. You're glazing Africans. It's like you want them to buck break you, my guy. That's the problem they're having. You're going over there as one thing, but then you're acting like that's the promised land. You're acting like we forgot something there and we need to go there as well, and we must do deals with these tethers. That's what you keep coming back with. And the best deal you got is Ugandan coffee beans. That's the best deal you can do with Africa. All this goofy talk you talking, and the best thing you could do is just buy their coffee beans, rebrand them, resell them to Americans, to Foundation Black Americans, and how are your sales? Because you was pretending that that was the key to linking Africans up with black Americans. How is that working, buddy? How's that working right now?
That to me is just self-hate. It is crazy how you have been, like it's
Actually, the definition of self-hate is to glaze another people over yourself. That's actually the definition of self-hate. Self-hate ain't criticizing somebody from your lineage for overglazing Africans or another people. The self-hate is glazing and reverencing another people over your own. That's the self-hate, and you're being called on it.
you have to understand, like, Africa is the largest continent and is a place to travel. And there's many different ways to look at it. I'm not looking at it as the savior of the world, but Africa is a place of abundant potential and opportunity. And you have to understand, yeah, America is your birthright. I believe it. I believe it. And I also don't think that every Africa doesn't need everybody. If Africa was to need any black Americans, it would be the educated and high earning class.
Oh, so the brain, the brain game. Yo, these guys be saying it. They said, "Hey, look, basically do what Africa and the Caribbean is doing in reverse." So they're letting go of their brain game. Their highest earners. I'm talking about Africa and the Caribbean. Their highest earners and their most educated is leaving the country to go service foreign countries. Okay, that's called a brain drain. So he just asked for black Americans to do that as well. And that is literally abandoning your people. When the highest earners and the most educated leave their homeland to go service a foreign nation, that is the worst sellout you can do. I mean, that is crazy to ask that they abandon us and we just fall apart and like these countries we're looking at. He actually said that. He actually practiced a brain drain for black America. Look at this guy.
Africa doesn't need everybody. If Africa was to need any black Americans, it would be the educated and high earning class.
Why?
First and foremost.
Why? Tell us why.
It would be a certain class of us that have a certain mindset. Those who have a spirit of revolution and liberation and leadership.
Oh man, knock it the hell off, bro. The people with the money and the education are less likely to be a revolutionary or to be rebellious. Like, knock that off, my guy. Knock that off. Okay. Now you want Rambo. Now you want the full package, the money, the brains, a rebel. Like, dude, stop.
And that have a high level education. And those who have actually some money and who are high earners.
Why? Wait. What does that do for you? Yeah, how do you gain from that? Hey, man, FBAs, the most educated and high earners, need to go to Africa. Like, why would you even suggest something like that? So abandon what they got going on, what they could do for their people to service a foreign nation? Yeah, who mans is this?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
The skilled ones, yes. Those who have network and resources.
Why?
Don't need more poor black people in Africa. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but what is the gain for a wealthy? Now, a poor one, it could be a symbiotic relationship. It could be, hey, I'm poor, but I'm coming here to work. to help build. You feel me? Like an indentured servant, sort of. But what gain would a wealthy, high earning, educated foundation Black American get from going to Africa?
Yeah, and you all can put whatever word that you want to insert for black. You can say Moorish, you can say Israelite. I'm just using
No, no, you don't replace Black with more or Israelite, my guy. And that's what happens when you pretend to be smart. More and Israelite, these are not yeah, you just can't make up something and make it your your ethnicity. Like no, you're either foundational Black, you dig, or you're a foreigner.
this as an easier term to connect. So save your history lessons for somebody else. Stop the cap.
Save your history. Yeah, and these guys be having this elitist mindset. Save your history lesson for somebody else. I'm too above approach. I'm too above correction. You dig? These guys, they throw in a funny hat. They talk real calm, and it seems like their emotions are in check, and nothing else comes out their brain. Nothing else is expressed out of their brain that shows they're educated. But this right here, like this what some people just need. Like this is enough for them. The look is enough for people to be like, yeah, he's deep, he's smart, and I don't see anything here.
Cause most of y'all just weirdos. To be honest. Stop the cap. Most of y'all won't build anything in your life, won't do anything in your life, and only thing.
Wait, because they disagree. So you're like look at the zero tolerance these sellouts have for the lineage. For Africa, they'll make up 1,000 excuses for their bad behavior. Oh, they're brainwashed. Oh, they don't know any better. These are poor souls. We're going to baptize them and get them on the right path. Foundation Black Americans, one mistake. Oh, off with his head. Off with his head. Well, why can't we be brainwashed? Why can't we have the same excuses for our unbecoming behavior? Nah, throw us away. This guy. Some of y'all just ain't gonna get it. Well, go to Africa, my guy. Okay, make those people part of your cult. All right. Go ahead.
You have to hold on to just a little bit of information, and you think that absolves you from actually building something. No, nobody cares.
And why do they always say that? You ain't building anything. Right. We ain't, an average individual person ain't trying to build anything for who? What the fuck are you talking about? People build stuff all the time. Like what do you, like, how can you say somebody ain't building anything? Like, what does that even mean? Like, you mean like a physical building? Everybody then built something for themselves. So like whatever lifestyle they're living, they built that. They built their lifestyle. Okay, whatever it may be, they built that. So they did build something. Everybody built something. Okay, so they love to say you didn't build anything, as though an individual is supposed to build a city, underground. Like what type of building you expect an individual to do, my guy? They always come back to that. That's that white supremacist talking point. You guys ain't built anything. Stripped us from everything, deprived us of everything, excluded us from everything, and then come back and say, you didn't build anything. Yo, these guys, man, what did Africa build, my guy? You're begging us to come to Africa to build things. So apparently they didn't build anything either.
I'm just going to be honest with you. Go build something and shut the fuck up. Excuse my language.
Yo, I told now look at the so-called, he got his emotions in check and smooth, calm demeanor. Nope, out the door that fast over a damn comment of somebody checking him and putting him in his place. Oh, save your history lesson for somebody else. I'm above reproach and correction. I said it. It is what it is. Like in his mind, like these psychotic people really believe that. They really believe like they're above. I was watching Shock Outmost and like this dude said he doesn't have any peers. Like these guys really from this conscious community, they really believe they're above the status quo. They're above everybody. Like their research and it'd be garbage information. Like it's not even that tight. You be listening like, yo, you didn't say nothing deep and you misrepresented what you supposed to be talking about. Or, if you sent the link out, I can show you exactly where you're wrong at, and that's just that.
But it's just annoying that, you know what I'm saying? Like, people be disrespectful to your opportunities. You gotta
What opportunities, my guy? What are you talking about? They're disrespectful to your opportunities. And then they just say vague stuff like that. They're disrespectful to your opportunities. That what does that even mean? Like this dude be driving me crazy because he'll just say things that don't really have a clear message, a clear direction. It just sound like kind of fancy. Yeah, they want to disrespect your opportunities. Like, dude, what the fuck? What does that mean, man? Disrespect is my opportunity. What does that mean? You're just saying words.
build something. Nobody cares about the little information that you have. Build something. Show forth who you are about what you do, not what you.
Oh shit. So that is the sneak dissing I'm talking about. Sneak dissing FBAs. Go build something. Show for it. Bro, what are you building? You got a coffee business, my guy. That ain't nothing to hold on. Don't make us look up to see how much you make. Hmm. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let me look at all this stuff, man. This guy build something. This guy, like he didn't build something. What do you build? Build something. Yeah, they all do that when they're being called out for selling out the community. All right. So finish what you started, fuel your focus. Supermind. This is mushroom coffee. Okay. Um Try Supermind coffee now. I'll check out the price. Okay. This dude got mushroom coffee. What? So you got 127. Okay, here we go. I'm telling you for the price. There we go. $44 for damn, that's more than the we've seen earlier. Supposed to be $36. All right, let me see some of these comments, man. I bet they all him. Remember Humpty Hump, the rapper Humpty Hump? It was Shock G. He was dressed up. That's this guy with his comments, giving himself his own reviews. All right, hold on. How do you get the reviews, man? How do you get these reviews? Why can't I see the reviews? It says 127. I can't see more than one. Where are the reviews? I want all these fake facts, man. Where are the reviews, dude? How do I How can I ease the pain when I know you're coming back again? How can I ease the pain in my heart? Hey, that's my song. Hey, yo, why can I look at the reviews? Liquid clarity in every drop. The hell, man? Where is the damn? I want to see the reviews, guy. Let me not press some stuff that make me buy. I'd be mad as hell if it made me buy this garbage. Mushroom coffee, dude. Oh, that's the one drop. That's the drop tip right here. Oh my God, Supermind. That. Come on, dude. That name's so ass. All right. Okay. That's the same thing. Okay, the reviews. How will you see it? Look, it says 1,000 plus reviews. Wait a minute. We just seen 127. Now you're saying 1,000 plus reviews. Why we can't see the reviews? I know they all him. Okay. Damn, bro. What have me up here? However, some users report a gritty or dirt-like. Digga that you dying. Digga that Uganda dirt he was talking about. Yeah, he was bragging about the coffee got that Uganda dirt. Well, guess what? Your users are complaining about the Uganda dirt that's in the coffee. Y'all drinking dirt coffee. However, some users report a gritty or dirt-like taste, while others find it to be a beneficial, high quality, and affordable alternative to traditional coffee. That's not a good look. Now, look at this. Key takeaways from reviews. Taste and texture. Opinions are mixed. Ranging. I wonder why they're mixed. I wonder who's giving the wonderful quality comments. Sounds like a 19 keys secret account. Okay, so wonderful take quality, wonderful quality to tasting like dirt. God damn, yo. Listen, family. If somebody say, listen, that is a crazy contrast. How it goes from sweet to bitter. When I see, hey family, when I see a review like that where it's either hot or cold, there's no middle, I'm good. I'm good because somebody's lying. And somebody is the owner who's writing his own reviews. How do you go from wonderful quality? It's no way you go from that to taste like dirt. You know dirt's the worst thing you can eat, right? That's the worst thing you can consume. So if you're saying something tastes like dirt, is no way somebody can say wonderful quality. Or if somebody say wonderful quality, is no way a next person can say it tastes like dirt. Like you don't have that type of no. Something is off. But again, he was bragging about the Ugandan dirt. Dude, you should have left that dirt in Uganda. Don't put that thing in the coffee. Uh Many users recommend using creamers or sweeteners to improve the flavor. Damn. They just killing that thing with sugar. So I mean, but you're killing the whole okay, so the whole point of this Supermind, it was supposed to be a healthy alternative. Okay, but it can't be healthy if people are saying, "Yo, you can't drink this without you can't." If they're saying you can't drink this without a cup of sugar, that ain't a good look. You need a whole cup of sugar in your coffee, my guy, for it to be edible. Some users report improved focus, better mood, reduced anxiety, and sustained energy without the typical coffee crash. Production details. The micro ingredients versions is a 28-ounce 10 mushroom blend. Price generally considered a good value compared to other more expensive specialized coffee brands. For specific, verified, and detailed first-hand views of Supermind brand products, it is recommended to check retailers like Amazon or the micro ingredients official website. And I don't believe he's selling it on Amazon, which raises a flag. You know, which raises a flag, I must say. Okay, so he got it on the super. Wait, shit. Wait, where's the audio? Oh, this is me? Dang, I missed it. Yeah, I'm a coffee drinker. Yo, that bag looked type skinny for the price is selling for. Where is the that's the dirt. Where's my audio? Oh, here we go.
Mind blowing, man. I'm getting a lot of things done. I got a lot more energy. It's good to drink before you go work out. My wifey, she like it. She loves it. We don't go a day without drinking this coffee, man. And it lasts a long time. It's a pretty good amount. You know, we like to mix a little agave in it, you know, and gives it a nice little sweet taste. You know, organic, of course. You know, sometimes I put the cinnamon in there. The cinnamon gives it a good organic taste. You know, and then I got to be a little extra. Made me a little salad this morning. Nice little quinoa with the bell peppers and the onions and the
coconut
tomatoes.
Drink. Don't try to hide that coconut drink right there.
With the coconut water on the side to wash everything down with.
Now, who the hell drinks coffee with coconut water? You dig? That's his real lunch right here. That's just this is what he's really gonna eat. This with that. That other stuff he just made, that dirt water, he's not drinking that. That was just for the gram. Good more. Blake. God damn it.
Yeah, so first time coffee drinkers, I definitely recommend this from you because I never drank coffee in my life up until this point, my 34 years. Shout out to 19 Keys. Y'all have a great day. Yo, I'm about to give you a quick review of this mushroom coffee. Wifey ordered for me back in June for my birthday, so let's get to it. Yo, we've been following 19 Keys for the past few years, and he always talking about this.
Yeah, so to the best he can do is rebrand, repackage coffee that's already, come on, man, and then tell you what you build. Dude, what did you build? So now, look at the hustle. So he got DDG. Oh, bucking his eyes. Oh, this coffee great. So we supposed to buy it because DDG says it doesn't taste like dirt. Stop it. I can't play the music. So DDG said it's hot, or it's good. So we gotta drink the. Yeah, all right. Dude, that doesn't work, man. Like that whole FUBU commercial where you just put it on and yo, look. Nah, that's out. That's out. So nah, that whole celebrity, look at it, and look, he ain't drinking it. He ain't buy it. And even if he did, you dig, bro, that's the best you got. He telling us what we build, and he's selling coffee, repackaged coffee. Dude, you didn't upstage us, man. You ain't built a goddamn thing, bro.
You say nobody in the world cares.
He's still crashing out.
Nobody. The world is a big place, and your opinion does not matter. You live in this bubble.
How's it last a long time? That small player. And that look, he's crashing out on a few people in the chat who told him, "Hey, bro, stop glazing Africa." And we're foundational Black Americans. Now he's crashing out on the entire lineage. He just right now he's just whining. His feelings is hurt.
Nobody. The world is a big place, and your opinion does not matter. You live in.
That is the elitist approach, family. These guys get a little bit of camera time on YouTube. You dig? Fake rich. These guys are not rich. They're fake rich, and all of a sudden, nobody opinions matter unless they say so. Like they get to tell or dictate who opinions matter. Dude, stop, bro. We don't believe you, man. You need more people. We don't believe you're rich. We don't believe you're the guy. And we don't believe you're African connections, man. We think you're a scammer, my guy. You're an alleged scammer. Allegedly. Okay, you're on scammer alert. You're an alleged scammer.
This bubble of self-identifying with the little bit of information that you have that make you feel better about yourself.
Little bit of information, but he's the guy with the information, right? He's a smart guy. I wasn't impressed with nothing he said. Watching this guy all yesterday, all today. Not impressed with anything.
And it doesn't absolve you from the fact that you actually have to build something to be somebody. Otherwise, you would die and nobody will care.
Look. Yeah. This is like a dictator. He talking just like a dictator. You die, nobody cares. He talking like Rihanna's stalker and shit. Dude, stop, man. You didn't build anything. You're selling your claim to fame is selling coffee. You know, different than Anton Daniel. He's selling that package bullshit. Fresh and Fit selling their little package bullshit. Like none of these guys ever have a real business outside of podcasting, YouTubing. That's it. Little ads here, ads there. They don't have nothing. All the intellect they have failed to produce a business that they control and own, not focus on Ugandan coffee. You got to worry about their supply. And they said it tastes like dirt. Dude, you should have tasted before you bought it. And he probably tasted, but he's glazing so much, he knew it tastes like dirt. But he felt like, you know what, this dirt it comes from the volcanoes, all that garbage he was talking.
Nor should they. So I just want to say that because nobody cares about that little information that you have until you build something.
Elitist.
It's annoying. For real. Like, build something. Take it and prove what you know by what you do.
What are they supposed to build? They already built something. That's why they on your live stream cooking you. They built something already, man. You ain't built more than them. You got a coffee investment and you're trying to resell it to make some money. And I don't know how well it's doing. You got a video here, a video there. Show us the sales, man. Don't show me 2-3 people. Bro, I'm telling you, man, the coffee market, that's not a wise market to get into. I'm sorry. I'm just be real. It's not. Not for Foundation Black Americans. The coffee market is not it. That's not it. Especially mushroom coffee. My guy, dude, I'm gonna stick with Folgers. Because what I last recall was the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup, not Supermine, not mushroom coffee that tastes
without
like dirt.
Good works, you still in the dark. You can't claim to have light and then.
So he's assuming the person that gave him criticism have built absolutely nothing. They're a loser. They're living on the streets. They're begging. And that's the elitist attitude he have now. Looking down at people. He believed this. He's assuming this person is just a loser. And then he's arguing that position for that person as though it's true. Look.
Build nothing. You are in the dark because you don't know how to activate it. So I don't want to hear that. I'm trying to tell you what opportunities at.
Hey, bro, you better go wash your hands, man. I know you just wipe your nasty nose, all that snot with your hand.
Activate it. So I don't want to hear that.
All right, dude. You ain't just wipe up all that snot, huh? So all that snot on your nose, you ain't just wipe it up with your nasty ass hand, no tissue, nothing. You ain't say me right back, and you just with your hand and his right hand, and he'll shake your hand. He'll shake your hand next. That was nasty, bro. All that snot.
So I don't want to hear that.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to tell you what opportunities at on this planet.
Like what?
There are opportunities in Africa.
Okay, like
it's
what?
Another place to be able to do business.
Like what?
It's another place to be able to do trade.
Yeah, but you're not trading. You're buying their coffee and you're trying to resell it. And I don't know how profitable you are. Okay, but all I know is that you're just buying coffee. You're not trading anything. All right. So you're not even living your own example.
It's another place to be able to network, right? It's another place to be able to create allies.
Cat.
How are people going to be back and don't want to create friends across the planet Earth? It's crazy that you have a mindset that's the opposite of exactly what you need. No. You can't be a people that don't have friends. And your ideology can't keep you away from making friends, yet you want to make progress.
Bro, we're making friends with people within the lineage and people outside the lineage, my guy. You're straw manning people, bro. You're assuming we don't have friends outside the lineage. Some of us do, some of us don't, but that's not a requirement. You don't have to have a friend outside your lineage.
It's a lethal dose of ignorance. You have to have ambassadorship to be able to move and go throughout places and establish connection with people. And find, how do you gather resources? How do you gather intel? How do you build connections?
Oh my God.
You have to start to develop and then build.
Build what? Relationships? Yeah, exactly. So he's coming back to the building model he's talking about is intangible. It's intangible. So he's pretending that people didn't build things that are intangible in their life. They built things, my guy. Yeah, okay, they already built some things. And you're not telling us what we should build. You're just saying build things. And they saying and then we all saying we did build something. Now what? Can you stop saying that? We all built something because you're not giving us example of what we should have built.
But all this, you think you know something because you've read something or watched something on YouTube or a book, nation build. And that requires people to actually have roles and to execute.
Dude, will you stop moving around trying to convince people? Family, he's just talking. If y'all think this is supposed to be smart, what he's doing right now, then you got it. I mean, this guy rant and I don't see any point being made. He's just talking and rambling.
Not to constantly argue about mundane things that don't bring us up. So what I'm speaking about the opportunities. I'm speaking about like your children want to be global citizens across the planet Earth.
I have no idea what that means, my guy. You're just making up words. A global citizen. There's no such thing as a global citizen. You need citizenship from each country individually. There's no such thing as a global citizen.
Man wants to apologize for slavery? Let him. Where's the opportunities and the connection that is being fostered? People are, oh, well, they just want your money. Okay, well, maybe they do. What can you get from that? This is a barter and exchange system. It is good to be valued, because if a person don't want what you have, then you can't give them anything. So you can't get anything. I know Africa is a land of plenty resources. There's everything in.
And bro, so you wiped your nose. You wiped your. That's nasty.
Everything is in Africa.
Right. So what?
Every resource on the planet.
See, now here's the contradiction that they can't speak to. Everything's in Africa, but yet they're all fleeing Africa, coming to America where everything's not here. Yeah, make that make sense.
Earth. Every corporation and every nation has to go to Africa. So how do you and your little bit of arrogance and ignorance believe that you don't have to?
That's not arrogance. What are you talking about? I don't want to. I don't need to go to Africa to live my life in America. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Not if you want to build something, you definitely do.
Like what? Yeah, exactly.
Like the first establishment is a very logical and practical, and it's a relationship or reciprocation of where we can
build. He just said a bunch of bullshit just now. This is Oswald Bates for sure. This is the real. Yo, look at the whole get up. Let me do Oswald Bates. All right, look at the whole get up. He looks just like Oswald Bates. This participation, okay. Let me download this right here. I want to check out my guy. Yeah, this guy participation, innovation, and aviation. Damn. Well, I was gonna look up. He threw me off, man. Oh, Oswald Bates. Yeah, I gotta see this. Talk just like him. Look just like him. You see, look at the hat. Look at that hat. Look at the hat. Yeah, look at the hat. Look at the hat. Yeah, oh my God. All right, check this out.
Internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate the crux of my venereal infection. Now, if I may retain my liquids here for one moment, I'd like to continue the redundance of my quote-unquote intestinal tract. See, because to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumvent, circumcise the revelation that reflects the aphrodisiac symptoms which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation.
All right. Now, what's the difference?
In Africa, every resource on the planet Earth, every corporation and every nation has to go to Africa. So how do you and your little bit of arrogance and ignorance believe that you don't have to? Not if you want to build something, you definitely do.
Go ahead.
Like, the first establishment is a very logical and practical, and it's a relationship or reciprocation of where we can build.
What the hell did he just say? Dude, just talk, my guy. Make it plain.
Like, the first establishment is a very logical and practical, and it's a relationship or reciprocation of where we can build.
Okay. Translation.
So, do not misinterpret the chauvinistic.
Give to the United Negro Scholarship Fund, because a mind is a terrible thing to develop without help.
Allow me to expose my colon once again. The ramification inflicted on the incision placed within the fallopian cavities serves to be holistic.
Yo, the hat is crazy, yo. Just like his ass, man. God damn.
There's a mindset that we do have that is beneficial.
Like what?
That can help free the shackles of, I believe, the African colonization that has been going on, because a lot of places in Africa, they need more confidence. They need that mindset that they can do anything.
So go ahead and show them, man. Go do it. You got all the answers, Sway.
In the world. People always complain about the American arrogance of the world. You think you own the world and run the world. Well, something the African need a little bit of that. To be honest with you. The African need a little bit of that.
Well, they can't have that because they don't run shit. So the mentality fit the action. Americans got that attitude because it's true. They do run the world. And what they do is front and center. The world looks at it and emulate it. So that's a fact. Africa can't do that because they don't have the action to back up the attitude. You hear me? Shit. This fucking thing.
They need a little bit of that. We don't need nobody. We can do anything that we want to. And everything is possible. They need a little bit of that.
Wait. So when we have the attitude, you tell us that's selfish and we need Africa. But now you're saying we shouldn't have that attitude that we don't need nobody. You said we need allies. but you're saying Africa should borrow the attitude that we have that you're saying we shouldn't have. So we shouldn't have our attitude, but Africa should have our attitude. That's all they doing, family. Trying to strip us from what we have and give it to Africa.
They need a little more of that audacity. There's nothing wrong with it. Because when you don't have anything, you have to have a mindset that you can have everything so you can go and conquer as well. So you can go and build and develop as well.
Okay. Again, a bunch of words. He just said nothing. And people fall for that scam as though he actually said something. He's not saying anything. He just putting words together that sounds like he's saying something deep.
Be honest with you. It's one of the things that you do need. Nigeria got some of that energy. You know what I'm saying? But Nigeria think they Joe Life is better than everybody. Just a little side joke. Shout out to Nigeria. Nigerians be getting to the money. Nigerians be getting to the money.
Are you serious?
But the problem is
they be scamming, bro. That's the number one scamming country in the world. And you're telling us they get to the money. Scamming?
That's Lagos, Nigeria. You can't go nowhere else in Nigeria. You might get robbed and kidnapped. You go to some parts of Cape Town and South Africa, right? You can go to some places, but there's a lot of development. There's a lot of infrastructure needs, right? There's a lot of opportunities that exist from a technological standpoint when it comes to Africa as well, and them being able to service the world, right? Being able to create world currencies, to being able to do a lot of different things. But we have to go and establish global and international business. Yes, people in Africa are very tribal.
Wait, so what you drink? Was that the coffee?
But
that they say tastes like dirt?
We have to go and establish global and international business.
What you drinking on? Now, that was a perfect opportunity to say, hey, man, I'm drinking my coffee. I mean, bro, you can't expect people to buy something you don't even consume yourself. That was a perfect opportunity to say, family, I'm drinking my mushroom coffee.
Yes, people in Africa are very tribal. Somebody say a lot of Nigerians are sellouts. A lot of Black Americans are sellouts. Stop it. We know that.
Family, right back to us, man. These guys are disgusting.
So, this being able to create world currencies, to be able to do a lot of different things, but
what you drinking?
We have to go and establish global and international business.
Stop, man.
Yes, people in Africa are very tribal. Somebody say a lot of Nigerians are sellouts. A lot of Black Americans are sellouts. Stop it.
Look, it's always right back to us, family. So, I mean, I can't reemphasize enough. It's always about SHITTIG on foundational Black Americans. SHITTING on FBAs.
We know that. Look at our hip hop culture. Our whole hip hop culture is sellouts. So don't start pointing your fingers at other people.
Wait a minute. But you ain't say nothing. The people in hip hop culture, those are non-FBAs. That's ruining hip hop. What are you talking about, bro?
When we got the same problems.
No, we don't.
You gotta start with self first, and then you can empathize and understand that that's a percentage of people. Somebody say Africa hate gays too. I'm not sure what that got to do with anything. We talking about nation building right now.
Nation building.
Stop trying to spread Western propaganda throughout the world and you'll be all right.
Wait, hold on. I thought you were just talking about doing business deals with Africa. Now you're talking about nation building. It's always these guys are all these alleged scammers are always pushing something that's unattainable that the world has never seen before. So we're just gonna be a nation with Africans. Okay.
So going over there, I seen one thing that I noticed that I believe that we can learn from them is, joy and peace. We don't have enough joy and we don't have enough peace here. And I understand why. And the tribal effect can be seen as unfortunate, but also it can be seen as necessary. Right? Because it can be seen as unfortunate because in America we are very tribal people as well. We just don't call it
Oh
that.
my God. Now we're tribal. We just don't call it. Bro, stop. We're not tribal. We're not tribal, man. We got family all throughout the nation. We go see our family. That's not tribal. These tribes are regional and they don't go throughout the country saying, hey, those are my people too, way over there. No, these tribes live in the same vicinity, and this is all. This is all. This is all that matters to them. We're not. That's a real tribe. No, we're not tribal, my guy. We're not tribal. Stop it. But again, family, everything is to SHIT on us. That's all he keeps doing, and most people like him. Redirect the blame on Foundation Black Americans. Go hard on us, but tiptoe through the tulips verse for everybody else.
But you have all of these different tribes, and our tribes are separated by beliefs, right? And what we believe, right? And so things are completely different on this side and the same as on that side. So I think we just trying to act like our shit don't stink over here, right? Because we don't always name.
Bro, what? So the whole 43 million, the way we think, we just act like our SHIT doesn't stink. Like, come on, man. You don't see what's wrong with that comment? You're treating FBAs that we're one big nigga.
The things the same thing, but there's a certain level of joy that they have, the children have, that some of the people have, and a level of peace. And sometimes we work so much, but we live so little, right? That's one thing I want to say about America. We work so much, but we live so little, right? And so much of what we believe is living is just being inside a club, right? And doing the things that we're sold to do. But I don't see a lot of joy in America. I don't see a lot of peace in America at all.
But you see it in Africa, right?
Consistent
all the wars,
and worry,
all the trafficking, but somehow you see the peace in Africa. Go ahead and tell us.
And fractionalization and fighting. Yet we have the most abundant of opportunity. That is our resource. Yet our mental illness is at an all-time high. Yet our disease is at an all-time high. Yet our prison rate is at an all-time high. Yet we have low education rates. Yet we have high cancer rates. Yet we have the worst food in the world. Yet we are always at fight with those who feed us and those who are supposed to govern us. Then we are at fight with the brother next door to us who looks like you but thinks different than you because he thinks about his origin being different, or his narrative, or his religion, or his God, right? Or his dietary restrictions, or the wordplay that he uses to represent himself.
Bruh.
And so we are divided, not by flags, but by our thinking, right? And so we don't identify and say that's what we're doing, but if you was to walk outside and each person have to wear a different color that represents their thinking, you would see a very divided nation. And so we act like us 45 million together and we can speak for everybody. We can only speak for a fractionalized percentage of us. A very fractionalized percentage of us.
These guys put me to sleep, man.
A very fractionalized percentage of us. Because 85% of people is just sleep. and just go along and get along. So we got to understand that. So when I say, and I talk about whether you want to talk about Brazil, because there's opportunities. I can talk about, there's opportunities everywhere across this planet Earth, man. This is the one thing I try to get people to understand. It's 196,940,000 square miles of planet.
Right.
Right? So it's like, I have a mindset that the planet is mine, not just some local region. And now it's time to develop and it's time to build, right? It's time to have some power and some ownership on where you are. So making that plan, and I think that one of the most important things is to be able to have dual citizenship in different places across the planet, right? India is taking over, China is taking over. That's the Asian connection, right? What is happening with this melanated man that he is not growing his economy? Right, that he is not growing his marketplace, even though he has all of the resources, all the wits, and all the knowledge, because we lack the ability to institution build. He has not been a conqueror for a very long time, not been a grower and a producer for a very long time. So you have to understand, when you are at war and you are at the bottom, you can't afford to be arguing. And that's all people want to do. Because instead of having conversations about building, the arguing becomes a distraction, like watching TV. Because the thing you really supposed to be doing is sitting down in a meeting and coming up with a blueprint. But you know how hard that is.
What the hell is he talking about?
So this is what I believe, that we argue so much, because it absolves us of our real responsibility. That's why I think that we do it. Because if we got to sit down, it's hard to sit down and have constant meetings to create your own constitution. It's hard to actually be your own fathers and mothers and leaders and managers of self. It's hard to govern your own mind and your own money. That's what the government does. It governs mind and it governs mint, right? The mint being the money. So the people and the money. So in order for you to govern yourself, it requires to do the boring thing, but we have not found peace. So when people think of boring, because we constantly need to be stimulated, we can't sit at home, we got to go to the club, we can't just chill, right? Because from a baby, you're constantly stimulated with things and you don't know how to be at peace.
All right, let's move on. Okay, he's just babbling. So look at this right here. So this was in.
Everyone want to be from somewhere, bro. Everyone wants to be from somewhere, bro. We all want a place to belong. Imagine growing up with no culture, gang. Grew up with no culture. I grew up with no culture, bro. I didn't know where I was from.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politician.
All right, so I ain't got to do no more than that. As you can see, more tether hate. But now, they would never address that. Notice all these guys who want to glaze tethers never talk about the tether actions. Never speak on it. Do got no lies or nothing. They ignore it like it never happened.
When you see somebody make short form content talking about a diaspora war, you only seeing that one part. You ain't getting it long form.
Yeah.
So you ain't even able to translate it. So the whole time you looking at your brother like he not black or he not African. Whole time it's the devils who y'all need to be focused on running all that.
Well,
really.
I think like a stronger enemy right now would be our financial architecture. Right, because we often look at the system of white supremacy, and the one thing that we can't agree upon, that whatever you fall under, right, and whatever you identify as, you can agree that we've been left out of the architecture of wealth building, right? And now the focus should be on institutional building, right? I really love the term that the statement that Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, that we can argue about religion when we're free, and I think that that's a sense in the same way that we can argue about identity when we free, right? If you will. And the focus, as you talked about with Elon Musk, it said that you got about 4 years to build wealth. Now, I've been saying this, but for black people, I think it's less because we at the bottom of the totem pole.
Or they just had to hear a white man say it.
Yeah, that too. and by the way, this goes for black women and black men. Somehow they've confused the 1% of black women who are educated, who are making strides and making money, with believing that they're a little safer and that there's a home outside of your own.
And so this is just not true. All it does is make you an easier target, more susceptible to the manipulation, more susceptible to the, it's like you can get access to wealth, but they're not allowing the continuation and the building of it, right? And with the lack of identity, connection, heritage, lineage, it actually makes institution building impossible because that first institution does come from the family. And even if we're talking about, you know, having shared enemies, right? And we look at other people being in better positions than us, how do you get a people to organize and then come together if they can't have agreement on anything, right? This is why financial literacy makes so much sense, because we can all look at the fact that we are not our own landlords, we are not the owners, right? We're not the controllers of these things, and we're over consuming and underproducing. So therefore, that focus allows us to reach all people in the diaspora. I don't care if you call yourself a Moor, you need financial literacy. I don't care if you call yourself an Israelite, you need financial literacy. I don't care if you're an Asiatic black man, you ain't supposed to be a broke one. You understand me? You, whether you're African, an African American, a Negro, a nigga, a real nigga, you understand me? A coon, you gonna need you some money in order to be comfortable. And those who control the financial institutions who are ahead, yes, they can laugh as we have these arguments as if we're making
more plebiscite babble
progress by having wars on our identity while not building institutions.
Wars on our identities and not building institutions. Bro, what do you, yo, dude, we're not, in his mind, he keeps saying we're a nation within a nation. Like we, like trying to get sovereignty from America.
Allow us to control the stories so we can decrease the war.
But what's crazy is people think because they having those conversations online and you can monetize it, quote unquote, like on TikTok, they feel like they making some money, which means it's progress for them. However,
no real money.
That's what I was just gonna say. That shit can get cut off.
Ain't no real money.
They can cut you. They can switch up the whole algorithm.
You know,
they can block you. Take the page.
Ain't no real money. Ain't no real money. You know, that's the devil's money. You feel me? In the essence that, like, you know, God rewards you for doing the right thing. The devil can pay you too.
Facts.
You feel me? And that money comes in and it goes out. How many cats, they get money from the streets, they scam, they do a bunch of different things, and the money is gone.
Yeah.
Right? It comes in, it leaves faster. And so we talking about real money. If we talking about wealth building, we talking about family. When we talking about...
He gonna start babbling. Let me spare y'all. All right, so now here is some more low-key disrespect right here.
YouTube. And we're going to talk about this conflict because I've been noticing how everything has been shaping up to where these great American conflicts are happening. You got the Indians versus the whites. Oh, man. You got the FBA versus Fat Joe. Who would have seen?
All right, so you see how old this is. Now he got the Ibrahim Traoré outfit. Like, dude, gotta stop, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm first to let you know, as I'm right about everybody else, it's gonna come out. Old boy got caught up with some type of scam. It's gonna come out.
Seeing that one coming, which is interesting and funny the way this one is shaping up for sure. But I want to get into the psychology around that and why things had to become the way that they are. You know. I don't think that things could have become anything else. You feel me? Hold on, let me see. Let me change this. And this title, I'm gonna explain why whites are the new blacks in just a second. It's not even really clickbait. This is real. Y'all gotta bear with me. I say did it. What's up with the FBAs though, man?
There you go.
And then my Indians brothers, y'all done had it. Y'all been skating under the radar, killing the game for a long time.
Let's get that. And we go save. All right, I'm ready to get to it. So we about to get into what the true conflict is, and why we seeing everything that's happening right now. You know, we about to get into some real.
Hey, family, look at his background. Like, this dude got this uniform on. Like, yo, he's cosplaying like a superhero. He got the background. He got the uniform. Like, dude, you're not a world leader, my guy. You're not part of the Justice League. Like, what are we doing, man? You're not T'Challa.
Good conversations, and we about to knock some things down that I want y'all to tap in with. I've been seeing a lot of things that's.
You know what's crazy? This is his costume. Okay, he most likely does not dress like this in real life.
If I'm being honest, it's quite disturbing. You feel me? Just the conversation that we having right now. And everything is playing out the way that I thought it was going to play out. As far as the way I'm seeing 2025, nothing is surprising yet whatsoever. To be honest, everything is going according to the cosmic schedule, right? Whether most people realize it or not, you know what I'm saying? We are on a cosmic schedule, man. The world is heating up, and this is going to create more conflicts. I made this prediction, and things are happening exactly the way that I thought they was going to happen, right? One of the things that I see taken out right now, of course, some of the conflicts that we're going to outline, of course, you have the FBA movement, right? The FBA movement is essentially foundational Black Americans, or the African.
Okay, so he starts off by calling it the FBA movement. And then he's going to break down the movement. So he has a habit of misrepresenting things and then giving it its own definition that it comes from him only, and then he'll debate his own definition.
Now, of course, some of the conflicts that we're going to outline, of course, you have the FBA movement, right? The FBA movement is essentially foundational Black Americans, or the African descendants of slaves. Now, this is not particularly a new movement. This has always been.
Wait. What was that? What was the ADOS again?
Right? The FBA movement is essentially foundational Black Americans, or the African descendants of slaves.
All right, now, family, he's disrespectful. This dude said ADOS stands for African descendants of slaves. Bruh, American descendants of slaves, my guy. Okay, you got to stop, man. Yeah, you can't be defining things if you can't correctly represent those acronyms. You got to stop.
This is not particularly a new movement. This has always been a group in America that has felt disenfranchised, discriminated against, right? And has always grouped together to figure out, how do we fight this discrimination and how do we win in America, right? So that's not something new. What's new, though, is when you see people like Fat Joe get up there and he called the FBA some brokers. You understand me? But what he doesn't realize is the time that we living in. And when you realize the time that you're living in is that there's a distinct group culture that's happening right now, right? Nationalism is back in play, right? And if you understand that nationalism is back in play, then when you attack a group, you better be prepared for the backlash. Now, the thing about a lot of people don't agree with FBAs because there is some radicalism in the FBA. It's like any political party, if you will. You have far right, you have far left, right? There are some people who go out their way to disrespect the Africans and different diaspora, right?
So I just played a video of a guy, I don't know where he's from, who just said out of nowhere, Black Americans ain't got culture. Now, this is a flat out lie, and it's propaganda that they're spreading. This ain't from the white T man. That's not a white T man argument. A white T man argument is not yelling FBAs ain't got culture. All right. This is all African. All right. But all they can spew is FBAs and attacking Africa. They can't see no African, none, zero, attacking FBAs. It's always one side in their mind. And he got this old Black Panther costume, black, you know what? Black Panther in both senses. Black Panther, T'Challa and Huey P. Newton. Like, dude, stop. Look at the chair. Dude, stop, bro. You're not in a movie, dude.
To me, I don't agree with whatsoever. But the FBA is absolutely necessary. Don't get me wrong.
Go ahead.
They are absolutely necessary. Because everybody gets the benefit of Black culture but Black people, right? And so white people are about to experience.
Hey, family, don't get caught up. When he's saying Black people, he has his own definition. It ain't our definition. So I'm giving you a warning. Black people to him is Africans too, right? So don't get caught up where he's just talking about us exclusively. He's also talking about all of Africa, right? So he say Black people, he's including all of Africa.
Experience some of this in a little bit. And they've been experiencing a little bit of this and what it feels like to be Black in America. And they don't like it. I'm gonna just say it like that. White people not liking this. And this is why we're starting to see some conflict that's going on. There was a lot of faux unity on the Republican side during the political parties and during the race, the presidential race. And I had already predicted that is going to decease, going into the real season. All of this fake kumbaya party that it felt like, oh, the Puerto people that's on the side of the Puerto Ricans and the Blacks and the whites and the Indians, and hey, we all voted for Trump, we all together. No, everybody was voting for their own interest. That's it. It was not a kumbaya party, right? Then you got Vivek, then we got Elon, and we got to get into, right? Because people are saying that he is the real president and Donald Trump is the vice president. Donald Trump ain't even got into office yet. Yeah, that's right. So, but this is why the party now has to figure out who can hold Donald Trump accountable for the things that he has promised them.
Oh my God.
Right?
So he's a Democrat shill on top of everything. I talk shy 14. He is not going to hash out any differences. You can't hash out a difference that you hate. Like, he hates the fact that we are not Pan-Africans. So that's not a difference he's willing to work out. Like, he's not willing to accept that. He's not willing to accept that we don't want to be Pan-Africans. Like, we want to live our lives as foundational Black Americans and prioritize the lineage. He can never sit with that.
Well, we're going to see the real presidency. The honeymoon phase is now over, right? The honeymoon phase of, oh, we got a new presidency. Everything is about to change. The world is just about to get better. Now we're seeing conflict that is arising where I guess we can let's start with the FBA and then we'll go into it. And as I talk, you're going to understand why it's necessary to have somebody like a group like the FBA, right? Because right now.
So it's necessary to have a group. And when he's saying group family, he's not talking about an ethnic group. He's talking about a like he said earlier, a movement, like a cult group where Tariq Nasheed's the leader. We heard him already say that.
There is no consolidated group that speaks for the national and global interests of Black Americans only.
Wait, what? Wait, run that back. He just be saying random shit.
Right? Because right now, there is no consolidated.
Yeah, he looking like Wesley Snipes in Blade.
Group that speaks for the national and global interests of Black Americans.
Wait, you said national and global? Wait, what do you mean by global? National, this is when, family, he's trying to be wordy and he's just mixing words together. There's no global Black American. It's just national, my guy. You could just say national. Stop trying to be wordy. Like he want to be Rizza Islam so bad, dude. Just say, hey, look. You see, he got rid of that hat. I'm telling you, man. Some FBA, not FBAs. The NOI was looking like, hey, man, what's up with that hat, bro? But come on, dude. It's no global Black American. It's a national Black American, bro. Like, stop trying to do the word thing and just talk, man. Just make it plain, bro. Speak your education. Don't speak above your education. Speak to your education, okay? Use words that's aligned with your education. Oh, dang.
Because right now, there is no consolidated group that speaks for the national and global interests of Black Americans only. And that's very important to say, right? And I mean as a consensus that we believe represent Black Americans, and particularly those who are the
Okay. My computer wilding. It's wilding.
Poor class as well, and of the so-called middle class, right? Because there is the Boule versus the FBA, right? Because you have to understand that once somebody considers themselves to be of a higher class, even if they may be of the same ethnic background as you, they do not have the same interests or values that you have anymore. Now, this has always been a case in America going back 100 plus years, right? For those who don't know, FBA stands for Foundational Black American. I know that some people say the Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is no longer, number one, a force in America. Black Lives Matter had its moment. Black Lives Matter was of the far left. Now, there are some people that within that, but the leaders of that are the outspoken, the ones who control the funds, who are controlling a lot of the movement, those are what you consider to be far left. They was a super progressive group started by these Black women, right, that were super pro-LGBT rights, intersectionality, right? So therefore, a lot of Black men did not feel connected to that, and it did not have a solid promise within that whatsoever, and not a real call to action. Black Lives Matter is just a statement within itself. It's a snake eating itself because it doesn't actually mean anything, right? It's like saying the sun is hot. Okay, we know. Or somebody saying the sun matters. Yes, that's very evident and it's very obvious. But it's not like saying Black power, which is to me a call to action, which is a representing where we should be going, right? We should be consolidating power and force. Now, all groups around the world are about to start consolidating power, right? And you're going to see distractions that continue to appear as there's a consolidation of power, right? Now, I've been seeing so much hate for Beyonce, who I didn't watch the halftime show. I'm not in the world like that. I didn't see the halftime show. All I do was woke up.
All right. So that shit, I mean, the dude is, as you can see, weird and odd looking. He wears costumes, like he plays dress up. I just can't get with that. I can't get with a grown man playing dress up. And he loves to be talking all over the place. Let me see if he's gonna have any more FBA.
With a lot of Beyonce hate.
Hold on. Let me see if there's any more FBA hate. We got to nip that in the bud. Yeah, dig. Okay, there should be no more FBA. Wait, ho. Oh no. No. He spent the block. Hold on. I think he spent the block. All right. Okay, so what is he talking about right here?
And now white people are starting to have the same or similar complaints about discrimination, racism, biasness in the workplace, being overseen and overlooked, which is similar to the same things that copper-colored people in this country have always voiced and spoken upon ourselves. So it's funny that,
I mean, bro, ain't no white folks experiencing nothing that we complain about. Bro, they're gaslighting and they're trolling, bro. The Charlie Kirks, who's, oh, well, white men are being targeted. Stop.
here we are in 2025, and now white people are complaining about racism. They starting to sound like FBAs. They say the government is out.
Uh-oh, family. He's low-key comparing us to white supremacists. Okay, dude, stop, man. Will you stop, dude?
To get them to have about racism.
Listen to
They
this.
starting to sound like FBAs. They say the government is out to get them.
Oh my God!
The FBI is not right. The media is portraying them all wrong. The movies is against them. They pushing agendas against their children. They can't control their education. They can't.
Bro, what media is attacking white people, bro? Come on, man. Like, stop, bro. Stop. Yo, throw away that script. Whatever you reading, bro, throw that away. Yo, the dude is really acting. Like, dude, you gotta stop. You got a whole costume on, my guy. You're taking this too far.
Can't get the job they want. They're getting overlooked. They starting to sound eerily similar to Black Americans.
So white supremacists are sounding similar to Black Americans. Got it. I'll note that.
The conflicts will continue to rise, and maybe Vivek tricked y'all. And then you see a lot of Black people don't realize they're gonna be utilized, and now we have the only.
All he does is just talk. No real measures, talk, all spooky talk. And Black people, man, y'all gonna realize, man, it's coming. Okay, it's coming, man. So y'all gotta take this stuff seriously, yo. Okay, stop, bro. Hey, Black folks, it's really coming. So you got to take this seriously, okay? Because the times, bro. Donald Trump, man, we don't know what he's gonna bring, man. He might bring the Armageddon, bro. He might, make it a police state, So, man, the times are rough, man. The times are rough, man. If y'all ain't reading and buying this coffee I'm selling, man, you're gonna have a tough time during World War III. So FBAs, man, get it together, man. Africa got their door open, bro. Seriously, man. Africa might be the way after all. Yeah, man. I think we should start heading there now. Yep. That's him. That's how just talking, like no real education, no real, hey, oh my God, this dude is draining, man. And people sit behind this and just listen. And they think this dude is just dropping heat.
Only thing that's out of this thing that you have to understand. See, you can't trust everybody. You have to understand that the whole idea about the FBAs, Foundation of Black Americans, whatever it may be. Yes, they're necessary because there needs to be control of the culture.
Look, he's saying they're necessary like we're outside of him. Yo, yes, they're necessary. He didn't say we're necessary or that name is necessary to delineate. They're necessary. This is special group of individuals that's protesting, basically boycotting, and they're necessary. Like he's Black Lives Matter in us, really.
It may be offensive to you. It may be actually offensive. It may be radical. It may be wild. It may be even disrespectful at times. But you have to understand this thing of ours, La Costa Nostra, that we are people that has never been able to.
Did he just do that? Dude, you gotta stop, man. Yeah, no, dude, this ain't you. La Costa, oh my God.
Disrespectful at times. But you have to understand this thing of ours, La Costa Nostra.
Oh my God.
That we are people that has never been able to control our own energy and be free. And here we are in 2025 with the ability to not only have these thoughts and these ideas and these complaints in our head, but to be able to voice them on social media. So if you don't have empathy for what we've been going through this entire time and why you may unwittingly or may innocently be someone who we perceive as an oppressor as well.
Now, what is he talking? I can't follow this guy anymore. What is he talking about now?
We will never get along because we're supposed to be overprotective about the little things that we have, mainly our culture. So the thing about it though is that, you know, I've been to Africa. I've been to North Africa, I've been to West Africa, I've been to South Africa.
I bet you have,
and
man.
I've had a good time.
I'm sure you did.
I enjoyed myself. I was shown love.
Yeah,
I learned
you had a
so
ball.
much. Every place that I went to, the food was immaculate, right? I
Cap.
felt safe in many of the places that I went to. There was good, there was bad. Africans are not our enemies. These Twitter beefs don't actually turn into real life things because that's all they are. It's just Twitter beefs at the end of the day.
That's a
At the
goddamn
end of the
lie.
day, black people.
No. Okay, we ain't gonna water down the disrespect. You see what he does? When it's us, oh, you FBAs, man, you gotta stop hating on Africans, yo. You wrong. But when it's time to call out the tethers, oh man, it's Twitter beef. You know, it's just Twitter beef. Like, so now he minimize it. Oh, this is, you know, the hate from their side. Oh man, we need to stop, man, get along. But black Americans, oh man, you guys gotta stop. Yeah, you hate Africans. Yeah. Can't make this up.
And Africans have been working together, but some of us have been utilized as a pawn to divide us because we're giving so many different flags.
Here we go. The white man has incepted a message in FBA's head, incepted a negative message in Africans' head. Both of these folks are brainwashed. So stop fighting against each other. Y'all both brainwashed. The white man don't want you guys to get along. You dig? Before the white man, you guys were one big happy family.
People are saying, wait a minute. While black people in America have not been able to gain control of their commerce and their economy yet, because every time that we tried to do, we always had somebody to interrupt us. It is not that we are not, and this is something that the rest of the groups have not validated. It's not that we don't have the acumen to do it ourselves. We've been doing it. We've been fighting every generation. There's been a leader, there's been a movement, there's been an organization. We've been the biggest social activists. We've been fighting for our mental health. We've been fighting for our liberation. We've been fighting every single generation. It ain't never been a time when we took a day off. We've had more leaders than any of the people over the last 100 years. And I'm talking about real leaders. And even though they take us out every single time, we keep on coming back. We ain't gave up yet. So the benefit.
Now, what are you talking about? God, this dude is just all over the place, man.
It's that immigrants come to gain in this country. It's because of the struggles and the fight and the blood and the sweat and the tears that we put into it. So when we hear anybody complain about the condition that we may be in, some of our people, it is disrespect and it should be taken as such. And you can't blame those who feel the way that they feel about the experiences that they went through. Because Hollywood does what? Hollywood tries to replace the foundational Black American with an immigrant because they want to do wage suppression. They don't want to have to pay you what you.
Wait, Hollywood wants to do that? What do you mean Hollywood?
Worth, so they will pay somebody else. They don't want to have to deal with you. They don't want to put wealth into your family. They don't want to give you reparations. You can't even play your own historical figures in their movies. something that we fought for historically. So therefore, yes, there's going to be conflict. There's going to continue to be conflict. But the reality of it is, as well, is that we're actually primed and the best to do business
Oh,
with
damn.
each other.
Hey, yo, he comes back to this bullshit. This guy, dude, stop, man. Like, really, it's getting annoying. Dude, stop. Stop, man. We don't got to do business with anybody, man. We're okay. We're okay. We don't have to do, we can live just our lives, my guy. We're just delineating, right? And that delineation doesn't necessarily come with an agenda or an ideology like some of these folks like to say. No, bro, we're good. We're good. We're good. I'm not going to waste my time trying to convince the lineage that we should support and do business with Africa. And that is a stupid pitch. That's a horrible sales pitch, bro. You're going to run off any friends you have or any potential clients for something more tangible. You dig? Something more lucrative. You're gonna mess it up, man. Okay, mess it up. You're not gonna convince any, not just Foundation Black Americans, you're not gonna convince any Americans. You won't even convince an African that they should help you do business in Africa. They're like, hell, nigga, you go do that. You dig? Yeah, they can't even convince Africans to go into business with them to do business in Africa. Nope. Not even Africans they can convince. But you're gonna convince random FBAs to start doing business in Africa. Good luck.
When we learn to speak and respect each other and understand the history that comes from that, because the thing about a conversation is that this.
Jeff Stone said Wakanda forever. Yeah, this guy, who can respect this right here? This guy is dressing up in costumes to go live with a Black Panther seat. Like, this is corny.
See, I've been preparing and going deep on communication because I'm writing a book about.
Bruh, you're not going deep, man. Nothing is deep about you. Nothing is deep about you, bro. Nothing. Like, you have not proven to me that you dominate any area at all. Any area. Like, I don't know what you know because you haven't expressed anything. You haven't expressed like you good at history or sociology or psychology or math. Like I don't think you have a lane. It's just babbling. I don't think this dude got a lane at all. I think he just babbles.
About high level conversations, how to create great speakers and better speakers, right?
Oh my God. So he wants to create better speakers, right? They speak like you, right? Babble like you.
One thing you learn about communication is when two people are having a conversation, it's never one conversation being had. It's actually multiple conversations in one. And so this is why a lot of times people may be talking to each other, but they're not harmonizing and syncing because they're not on the same page, right? And so you can talk to somebody that you know, and sometimes a person needs help. Sometimes they want to be heard, right? Sometimes they just want to be felt. But
now what is he talking about?
When you are communicating, so it's not possible for us to actually have unification. So this is why in our environments, when we speak to each other,
family, the moving his arms thing, I mean, the dude, if y'all can't see he's acting, this is sad. He's like, it's like he watched a video, how to sell yourself to your audience, make them trust you. The dude got like no humor, no emotions, and now he gonna do the hand gestures. Look at this. Like he watched the video, how to sell yourself to your audience. Look at this. Look at the hand gesture. He gonna raise his voice.
Our IP.
This guy, in my opinion, he's an actor. He's definitely an actor.
Our intellectual property and our rights in this country. And other people are talking about their opportunities that they want to create coming in this country, but from completely different heritages and experiences. So it's not possible for us to actually have unification. So this is why in our environments, when we speak to each other and we can have high-level conversations, then we understand each other.
Thank you. Dude, funny.
More, even if we disagree, we can understand each other. So now we're prompting and speaking from the same place, at least, which breeds progress. And it's the same thing. And how do we know this?
Dude, put your hands down, my guy.
Because
you're acting. All the hand, even Umar don't go that far with the hand gestures. This guy is doing the whole hand thing. He's trying to sell people so bad on this bullshit. Bro, stop, man. Nobody, yo, over here, we don't believe you're deep. We don't believe you're intellectual. We believe you're a grifter. You're kind of a fool. You dig? And you just babble, man. There's no sense of direction. You'll never have a debate. I already know that. Like the other guy had came on here. Yeah, you one of those guys. He's one of those guys. He'll never have a debate. He'll never have a debate. He does not really believe what he says. I can tell. Like that does not work. This little fake little thing. So I see right through this, man.
The same problem that we've been having as Black people to try to understand white folks and white folks to understand us and to have those conversations. If we can't get along with fellow white Americans, right?
Get along with Africans,
a lot of time to communicate with, but we are having completely different conversations from different vantage points and different experiences.
Here go the hands.
The only time we do is when we prompted to understand, how do you feel about immigrants? And then the person like, oh, I feel the same way.
Look at the hands.
Right? And then we can communicate because we unified on that particular point. But still,
bro, you got to stop with the hands. That's creepy, bro. I mean, come on, dude. Put the hands down, my guy. Yo, what's those guys in a band that be doing like the hand things to make the people play the trumpet? And no, dude, stop. You got to put the hands there, bro. Like you're doing too much right now. You're not saying anything deep. Nothing's hitting home for the hands, bro. Leave the hands alone, man. Drop the hands.
Different points of experience.
Put your hands up. Show me your hands. Like, dude, no, don't show me your hands. Put them back in your pocket.
So beyond that small little thing that connects us, we're completely ununified on everything else. So we might have a moment of who you think the president should be or shouldn't be, but that's not unity. Y'all don't understand each other.
Hey, yo, family, he is so all over the place. At one moment, his message are for tethers. The next moment is for FBAs, and then the next moment is for the entire United States, and another time is for the global citizens. He said that's his language, global citizens. Like we don't even know who he's speaking about or he's speaking to, because his audiences shift, it changes, bro. Who are you talking about right now? It seems like you're talking about all of America.
Y'all not connected. So as we see the world that we live in is changing, it's shifting. And as it shifts, worlds collide. Old world collide, new worlds collide.
Oh my God.
But we don't have a key to each other. Just like you go on a map and there's a map key. And in that map key, right, you can understand what certain symbols and things mean. But we're having...
Yeah, he is just, this is embarrassing. Now it's about white and Black Americans. We don't understand each other. We don't have a key to each other. Dude, what are you talking about? Oh, the 19 keys. I get it. You got to talk about keys. That's your name.
These conversations for completely different cultural experiences, so they have to be conflicts. And people are supposed to protect their group thinking and their culture and their family, because the one thing you have to understand about groups is that they have to be centered in family, and that family has to be centered in the standards of...
Right, and that's what we're saying about FBAs. Why are you so mad? We're saying the same thing, and you say we can't do it because we're divisive, but you're saying that we should do it.
That culture to protect them over time, because they're not fighting for space, they're fighting for time on the planet. Historically, we have become very micro on the things that we fight for. We just wanted a little space and a little recognition. A lot of times, as African descendants of slaves, or as we called ourselves, African descendants, because there's not even agreement upon that. Whether we are Native American.
Hey, bro, there is an agreement upon that. Okay, there's no such thing as an African descendant of slaves, bro. You are so out of touch with reality, bro. ADOS is American descendants of slaves, dude. Okay, you got to stop, bro. This African stuff.
Fighting for space, they're fighting for time on the planet.
Who? Aliens?
Historically, we have become very micro on the things that we fight for. We just wanted a little space and a little recognition.
Hey, yo, nobody knows what the hell he's talking about. Okay, I'm gonna speak for everybody. I know you don't. Nobody knows what this. He just talking. No sense of direction. He's not gonna stop. There's no land your plane. Okay, you said all that to say what, bro? Like you just said a lot of nothing, man. And you're gonna write a book? Oh my God, what's it gonna be called? The Book of Babel?
A lot of times, as African descendants.
Here we go.
Of slaves, or as we called ourselves, African descendants, because there's not even agreement upon that.
You're right.
Whether we're Native Americans, whether some of us arrived here, we can't even agreement on that. So we all.
What you mean? What is there to agree on? Like I know where I come from. You dig? And I know how I got here, and I represent that. I can't tell the next man what he's not, the next woman what she is. Nah, whatever they say they are, okay, they got to prove that. Okay, cool, no problem. Hey, that's not my burden. Is to go around telling people you ain't that. No, I'm this, and that's how I'm foundational. They got to tell you how they're foundational, and that's what makes us a family. You dig? But that's none of your business, man. It's not nothing to agree on or disagree on. I tell you who I am and how I'm foundational, and you do the same thing. That's all. That's all. But our job is not to tell people in the lineage who they are and who they are, who they're not. Of course, the tether, we got to stop that immediately. But if you're in the lineage and you want to say you this or that, whatever. Are you foundational? That's just the bottom line for us right now.
Always having different conversations. This is why high-level conversations is important, and I don't argue with people. Because the goal is to align us so we can get to a point of understanding and build. So even if we disagree, we still have an understanding, which allows us to move forward.
Dude.
Now, I've been seeing them going crazy on Beyonce. And I said, why? Well, there's a thing called scapegoating. And scapegoating is cheap. So, where have we seen this before?
All right, family. Yeah, he gonna start talking about some wild stuff. You see the title. Uh-oh.
So I got one final thing, because the reality of it is this. There's something also looming. We got quantum computers. There's an energy deficit of necessity in America, because as the shift is coming, Americans need to focus on the shift. We got the new currencies versus the old currencies. And the new currencies gonna be here. Whether you are investing in assets or not, they're coming here. They're gonna take your money. They're not gonna give you any more money. The robots are so powerful.
So yeah, but don't even Dr. Aunt Jemima Mayat is sounding crazy when she talks about what she talk about. Now, just because he sound crazy on this stuff doesn't mean he sound crazy when he talks about white supremacy and our history with America. So I don't mind him in the Hidden Colors documentary. Neither is Aunt Jemima, Dr. Mayat. That's different. But a lot of their hate and disrespect, it was like low key. It was subtle. It was like sneak dissing. So it's coming out now that a lot of us start to talk. A lot of us was like, yo, that guy 19 keys, man. And then like for me, I got the green light when I seen the video from FBA Revolt. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I watched the whole video like, wow, that's how 19 Keys think. I said, I always thought he was weird. I never rock with him, but I don't even remember what he knows and what he talks about. He was never nothing for me. But I didn't know that he had this hate in him for the lineage. So I said, let me check out this video. And yeah, lo and behold, yeah, a lot of hate. And that's why I did the video. And I came across these videos today, like, yeah, let me do a part 2 of this guy.
And a system connected to the robots, meaning that if one robot is updating and improving, then it sends that upload to the other robot to improve as well. It's a perfect shared connected group.
Hey, Mohammed Media, he said, yo, it's starting to remind me of Damon Wayans' character on Living Color, bro. We already played that. You're talking about Oswald Bates. He had the hat and everything. Yeah, we already played that earlier. That's exactly who he talks like, bro. Just talking, no sense of direction. He never have what is the message? You're just talking a lot and you think that's what makes you smart. Just talking a lot.
And if you look at AI and quantum computing and robotics, this is the worst they'll ever be. So in the next 6 years, right? Of course, let's just give it the next 4 years. By the end of Donald Trump's presidency,
what?
It'll all be set in order.
What?
It will all be set. The stage will.
What will be set in order? What stage will be set? See, he's just saying stuff, but he's not telling you what it is. Tell us, man, what is set in order? What stage is being set? Tell us. You're just babbling.
Will be completely set, and it will be too late for you to be like, I'm gonna get started.
But what is gonna be set, man? That's all spooky talk, bro. What table's being set? Tell us how it's being set. Tell us, man. God damn, the spooky talk. Stop trying to scare us into buying your damn coffee that they say tastes like dirt.
They got legislation talking about how they're going to bring in legislation in the next few months after they get in.
Okay, now here's the Donald Trump's scare tactics he's pushing. Oh, Donald Trump, he's going to be like Hitler. Dude, stop, man.
The office with this crypto legislation. So people say, well, what the hell can we do? You have to have a culture that saves you. And by culture, first we want to talk about a personal culture that you have. If I study the Asian wealth standard, they focus on family.
Oh my God, man, I don't care.
They understand the necessity of the most valuable jobs in the new on in the world is set up to save yourself. So we can talk about what's not. The thing about it is every individual is
a
piece in this webbing of this network nation that we talk about being a part of. And if you are not a representation of the things that you wish to exist for your own people, then when you ask what we're going to do, and it doesn't start with you, then you are a problem in the progress and you need to get the hell out.
Yo, all right. We got to stop. Yo, hold on. I'm going to rewind that. I got to rewind that. What is he saying? What's the message?
If you...
All right, let's follow. Let's follow.
What's not?
All right, what's not?
The thing about it is every individual is a piece in this webbing of this network.
Wait, every individual is a piece of webbing in this network. Go on.
Nation that we talk about being a part of.
Okay.
And if you are not a representation of the things that you wish to exist for your own people, then when you ask what we're going to do, and it doesn't start with you, then you are a problem in the progress and you need to get the hell out. If you say, I am the ideal model, right? Of what we should be like. That you have a value within this system to say, man, I adhere to this culture, morally, values-wise, principles, the way that I live. I am the example. If you're not that, then by asking what we gonna do, that's a waste.
Yeah,
You
bro.
think that this idea of starting with self is not real, but each Asian family,
Oh my God, dude, I'm like, I gave up on trying to follow his logic.
they don't become a part.
I
They're
gave
not
up.
just allowed to be bums and everybody. So America start talking about being shameless. Don't fat shame. Don't dumb shame. Don't shame for nothing. Well, you just became a damn shame.
That was corny.
But you still have access. So that's the problem. Because when there's no
Access
standard,
to what?
then there's nothing you have to do to keep membership. But if we
Membership
say, you know what?
of what?
Look,
Everything
man,
he's saying,
we
the
accept
question
you
comes.
as you are. But there's a shift that's going to have to happen in you because we elevate into this place. Now you can
What
stay
place?
part of the low level, but you don't
Wait,
get
wait.
access at this higher
Elevate
level.
into what place, man? I can't even pause the video. He just talking with no definitions, no clarity. We got to elevate to this place. What place is that? See, what happens is, man, 1, 2, 3, right? And 3 represents something very special and symbolic. And without knowing what that is, you'll be lost in frozen time. So you need to know what 3 represents. What does 3 represent? See, look, I get to that later. See, what happens is when you close your eyes, you'll see stars, right? So now those stars, you got to ask yourself, what planet are they on? Because you got your eyes closed and you're seeing stars. So like, are you on Mars? Are you in outer space? Why are you seeing stars? Like, dude, what the?
And blaming the people that are elites and educated. And one of the things that I see in America that we do so much is people claim to hate rich while trying to become them. How you going to hate the thing that you become? You're rejecting your ability to transform into that thing in the first place. We hate when somebody becomes rich in the culture. They got too much money. Well, why you want that much money then? How you want the very thing that you reject? How you don't believe that it's possible?
Oh my God.
You go to Japan, they got the Bushido.
Oh my God. All right, all right.
Do you?
All right, yeah, nah, yeah, we ain't got that. Yeah, that's a dope chart right there. I might have to play tomorrow for y'all.
Peace. Right? And that time is the time for building. That time is the time for thinking. That time is the time for creative action.
Hey, yo, Christopher Firm said, drug addict talk. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, the dude is just babbling, man. Just a babbler.
That time is the time for developing.
How many here are willing to bet money on what Keys got a yeah. I mean, he does kind of talk like, yeah, like he be, look, this is alleged. This is alleged. Like he be smoking coke. He does got that smoke coke demeanor, all right? That's just my opinion. Like the way he talks and the way he just wiped his nose with his hand, shit like that. Like, dude, only coke addicts wipe their hand with their nose, dude, and then go to shake somebody's hand.
Developing a vision, but if you waste all of the time that you have,
Pilot's autism.
that's supposed to be your peaceful time, and you consider that to be boredom, and you need to be stimulated, then you can't use your most useful time.
God. Stimulated. Oh.
So this is why we have an issue, because we are overstimulated people. Constantly.
Bro, what? Can you tell us what that means? Stimulated, overstimulated. You just saying words and we're not following. Hey, family, family, in conversation and grammatical, if I was to ask ChatGPT what he's doing, is that grammatically correct or incorrect? It'll say incorrect. You can't just talk to people who don't know you in some tongue-in-cheek style language where we don't know what you mean, my guy. Overstimulated. What does stimulate me? How are you using stimulated in a definition And what does overstimulate mean, bro? Like you just sang a bunch of words that you think sound fancy.
You need to feel something. No, you need to be thinking. So that was one thing that I was able to do. And you can say what you want to say, but I've never felt safer in no place on the planet than when I was in Ghana.
Oh my God.
And I never thought I would say that. I thought I would feel unsafe. I'm walking.
Hey, bro, take your ass to Ghana and get residence, man. I can't stand these guys tell you how beautiful Africa is and all the resources and businesses that they can do over there with the Africans. But the first flight they got back to the United States, he's taking it.
Around, man. I got rollies on. I got my gold chains and my rings on. And I be like that, though, because I be moving with God. He tell me where to go and to move a certain
Oh,
way.
yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't always move like that. But when I was out there, I kept questioning whether I should take things off and move as I should move. And sometimes I find myself moving by myself in the market and doing.
What the F is he talking about, man? Y'all gotta help me out, man. He's just talking and like he's using words without that don't make much sense. It don't tell us much of what he's talking about, and he's not like clarifying what words mean. And God,
things, and it felt safe. And I'm talking about around tens of thousands of black people. I'm talking about in a foreign place that I ain't never been. I'm talking about going on the beach and it ain't nothing but Africans everywhere. And it smelled beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't feel like I would have any issue. And that's important to say because black people can go their whole life, especially men, you can go your whole life and never feel safe. And I'm not saying from like this, I'm scared or anything. It's just I'm constantly on the watch. I'm constantly in survival mode. I'm constantly like, what you looking at? What's going on? What's happening? I'm constantly watching out for some racism. I'm constantly watching out for some microaggressions. I'm constantly watching out for some jealousy or some envy. Constantly. Like my mind is constantly watching for something that's going on. Something ain't right. But I found myself being able to, and then the atmosphere was just different. I seen a brother, and this is one thing that was funny to me. It was in traffic. We was in traffic, and shout out to Memphis Depay for inviting me out there, man. That was a life-changing trip. We was in traffic and hold on at the beach, and we was backing up, and there was this family there, and the brother was with all his children and his wife. He had maybe like 5 small children, and and the car was backing up, and he started honking, and the family started to get out the way. Right, the family started to get out the way. And instead of the brother, because I know in America, if a car was backing up and you with your small children and he not caring, he like moving like I got the right of way, y'all get out the street. And instead of the brothers going crazy on him, because I know in America, I was trying to think of my pops or me in that situation, I would have just went berserker. I'm like, bro, what the f is wrong with you? Like, chill. Like, the aggression would have came out full energy. But instead, he was like, oh, we got you. Come on, children, get out the street. Move out the way. Let's get out. And I was like, damn, that's new. This big, bulky African brother. He don't look like he's soft or nothing, but the culture was not to be overvexed. The culture was not to be overreactive. The culture was just, let me just move out the way. Bro, I said, move out the way. Let's get out the street. We in the streets. Let's just move. Right? And that kept happening a lot. I'm like, why nobody overreacting to things? Like... You know, everybody was just chill about stuff.
Okay, I want y'all to figure out where he's going.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just this level of, I don't know, it was a level of calmness that I ain't experienced. You know, I'm like, damn, I'm used to black people going off about every little thing. You know what I'm saying? But instead, it was just, let's let be what let be. You know, and It's like it was something small like that that was an experience that really kind of changed my perspective on things. That damn, I felt like I was the one constantly walking around with this Superman chest all the time, looking for an issue that wasn't there. Where everybody else is just relaxing, hitting that, dancing, chilling and vibing, and I'm feeling like I'm on some, watch out for these niggas, don't blood. And everybody look hood as hell too, but they wasn't on nothing. Look, cause you know the Africans, baby, sometimes they be looking like they grimy, but then you talk to them, hey, what's up, brother? It just break the whole persona, and it was different. And I mean, we were with one bro, he took us to go see the gangsters and there. He was taking us too many places, first of all. We went to go see the Imam Chief, and then he talking about something. We pulled up to we pulled up to this one spot. It's in a cut somewhere. He like, I'm going to take y'all to see, these the guys who run everything. This the guys who run the country. These are the gangsters, the bad boys. You know what I'm saying? They like the mafia. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. The chief was good. The chief was fine. What you talking about? So before I could realize, we pull it over. And then there's this big old, what he looked like? He looked like Vin Rames. He just sitting there with these gold teeth. You know what I'm saying? Unsuspecting. It looked like it was a character off of John Wick, but he was black instead. And he just sitting there with his partners, and they playing dominoes in the circle like we just pulling up on the block. And he like this. And then brother trying to introduce us, man, this is the brother from America, and he's the this, that, and the third. And I'm looking like, man, who this name that brought us to come see real quick, though? He talking about some, this the person people be checking in with. I ain't gonna lie, I was about to be like, well, I ain't checking in on shit. But then I'm too busy peeping the environment. I'm like, I ain't even gotta say all that. I just won't be checking in. But he was like, nah, this the person you come see. Everybody, you know, make sure everything good. So, you know, we speak to bruh, his comrades. But then when we actually started speaking with him, and I'm like telling him who I am, like, yeah, I'm who I am, you feel me? And then the character broke and everybody was cool and everybody was chill, you feel me? Because I can go anywhere, any hood in America, it was solid. But I ain't doing no checking in though, first of all. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not in the whole country. Like, oh, I don't check in hood, so I don't like checking in the country. But anyway, it was a vibe though. It was good energy. You know what I'm saying? But bro was a super character of a movie. We actually got a whole documentary. We shot everything. You all gonna be able to see it all. You know what I'm saying? It was.
Oh my God, dude. No thank you, man.
It was definitely a vibe. It was good. Money, because the country will move a different way if you got you some money. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say that as well. Just go operate with your money. Your money go a long way, and the way you gonna be able to move your money and things of that nature is completely different, you know? And then you want to go there with something to offer, so go there with some education. Just being a black American ain't really that special. Now, if you're intelligent, you got some influence, you got a platform, you got a brand, right? You got a skill set, you got specialty, you got resources, you have connections, right? You got a pipeline to something. Now, that's a value, right? But just saying, hey, I'm a descendant of a slave, I'm here, that ain't no value. I might need all that. Chill, I don't care about all that. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing I will say, people look down on Americans because we don't be taking our opportunities. And I'm just gonna keep saying it. We do not respect our opportunities. Right? That marketplace, when I seen all them people working in that marketplace and without complaint, and they just hustling and they getting to it every single day. You know, I can understand why foreigners come to this country and they sometimes look down on people because they like, how are you living in America and you're not taking your opportunities to build out whatever vision, to create, you know, whatever infrastructure, to build your businesses, to create your online businesses, to make you some goddamn money. I can see how that hustling spirit that they have out there, if given an opportunity somewhere else, it can go far. And so you may be mad at somebody, but there's people in your family you mad at for not taking their opportunity. There's people in your family you look down on because they not hustling the way they should be. It's the same thing with anybody else when they come out here and they look at it. They like, ain't taking no opportunities. So y'all got to stop taking things personal. Got to stop taking stuff personal. I ain't mad at a person come out here and be like, man, brothers is lazy. Yes, they are. Yep, they lazy as hell. People be acting like somebody lying. It ain't hating if it's the truth. So I think that there's Africa is going to be a place of the future in the first place. Once more infrastructure is being built out there, right? I think that there's going to be leaders there's going to be leaders within the government, people that may run for government, or it may just be, in some cases, and this is my hot take, and my prediction for the future of Africa. It requires a revolution in order for Africa to change. Even the pandemic didn't affect Africa. So Africa did not get hit with a great reset like the rest of the world. Africa has not had a great reset. And it needs it. It needs it bad. It needs it. America has hit with a great reset a few times. And I'm talking about as a continent, not just as countries. And I think it's going to happen when the youth rise in so many numbers, right? The youth rise in so many numbers that it's going to be.
Hey, Nathan said, scam, Africa is the model. What a joke. Yeah, right. And he's been selling all because he bought Ugandan mushroom coffee, right? And he's trying to sell it to FBAs. He mark up the price, change the packaging, repackage, rebrand it, give a new name, and he look at delineation as a threat to that. So that's his main motivation. It's sad.
Impossible for Africa to maintain and keep doing business as usual, because a revolution will happen. A natural revolution will take place. When Tupac said,
this guy said Tupac. Come on, man. Can't take you seriously.
Right? And you have to understand that when you have that many youth, in order to maintain an institution and the way things are, you have to constantly re-indoctrinate every youth, right? And that is often through propaganda, through education, whatever it may be. But it's going to be too many to indoctrinate.
Right. Dude love Africa, but won't live there. That tells me he don't love Africa. The dude is trying to sell us Africa. Like, he's being a salesman. He don't love Africa. And he know we don't love Africa, but he's trying to sell it to us. Here you go, FBAs. Let me sell you Africa.
The growth rate is too fast to keep up with whatever the past ideas were. Now, the dangerous thing is that
get it out. What's the dangerous thing?
If
make sense up.
Africa gets too much
back to Africa
worldly influence in it, then it won't be a place that I can identify with.
Oh shit.
Because if Africa was to get the internet today, the first thing they're gonna be fighting for is the sexual liberation movement, like everybody else, because they're gonna be so westernized. That's what they're gonna start to believe that they need as a big issue, and it's not. Africa needs infrastructure, right? It actually needs to develop as a country, and
wait. How can Africa develop as a country when it's a continent? Yeah, just babbling.
And even in a high level conversation with freedom, we're going to infrastructure, right? It actually needs to develop as a country, and
it can't develop as a country because it's a continent, jackass. Okay, it's a continent. It cannot develop as a country, my guy. Countries are countries. Continent is all the countries in that one last mass put together.
you know, and even in the high level conversation with freedom, we're going to talk about how, you know, the African the passports in Africa don't even have the same power. Like my passport from the U.S. has more power than the African passport to travel throughout Africa, and that's terrible, right? And you know these so-called borders that exist out there, those are going to have to disappear, right? There's a lot of different things that's going to have.
They gotta disappear. Let a bunch of musty tethers to come into the country. I got it.
To change in order for things to manifest and to see. And Africa is where a lot of opportunity is. So if you are a business person, right, you should think about how you can go and you can go work and you can go build something out there as well. There's a lot of opportunity. I just want to say that, a lot of opportunity, right? They're looking at that being a center for AI and technology and blockchain and, you know, developers out there. There's a lot of opportunity that is now flowing through the continent. But there's going to require a lot of change, and it's going to require some time before it is where it's supposed to be, right? The youth are naturally woke in a certain sense because within the continent, right? And I believe that the internet could destroy that. And I believe that modernizing it too fast could destroy that as well. And so that's one thing. And I believe that going over there with this,
he just talks and talks and talks and talks and talks and talks and talks. There's no rest, there's no sense of direction. He has no idea what he's talking about. He's just freestyling. He just babbling. He's talking all over. We don't know what you're talking about, guy. You're not saying nothing. You're saying a bunch of words. And it's annoying. God damn, man. I might not ever do another podcast about you. Damn, this is annoying.
With Western agendas, right? Too fast is dangerous, right? It would destroy anything that is and what is great about the continent within itself, right? So
B1 Black T B1.
That's one thing that I would say. You don't want the continent to look like America. You don't want it to, especially from a ideological standpoint, because in America don't even represent America. It don't. America don't even represent America. That's the problem. Most people don't want to be patriotic because they don't know what America represents anymore. So for them to stand and carry an American flag, they don't know what values they're actually representing. Is the left is.
Hey, bro, America is a country with about 300 something million people. What are you talking about, man?
Right. And so this is where it can become dangerous in that sense, right? So this is why I take a step back and I look at what actually works, right? What is necessary for the continent? What is necessary as a strategy for the future for the next 100 years? So there's a lot of money to be made. There's a lot of opportunity to be made. There's a lot of things to be had, but it has to be done right, you know? And if the leaders of Africa.
This guy with just the babbling, the leaders of Africa, what about him?
Continue and or sell it out for progress, for a loan, because that's what they usually do, then it's over. It's over. So, you know, that's my take. But do Africans need Black Americans? Absolutely. Right? Do we need each other? I believe so.
Why? I don't need. No, we don't, bro. Why? Hey, yo, why they trying to forge a fake, false relationship with us and Africa? They trying to Africanize us. They're trying to make Black history, African history. I mean, goddamn, man. They're shaming us. Like, these guys are all in, man.
No, why? Because we need allies. We need friends all across the world.
Hey, bro, we already got allies, man. Our allies' names are Foundation Black American. Okay, we got our allies are our lineage, man.
Shout out to Black Empowerment. Yeah, I'm gonna lock in with the platform. So, you know that.
So he just wiped his nose with his hand again. Dude, go get some tissue, man. Go get some tissue. Look at this. He wipes his nose with his hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock in with the platform.
Look,
So,
family, that is this. Yeah, I'm about to throw. I'm so glad I'm not eating. That is like throw upable type stuff. Hey, dude, so you think you just can wipe your hand with your nose and that's cool, man? That's so disgusting.
man, yeah, I'm gonna lock in with the platform.
Ew.
So, you know, I think there's a lot of things that, you
And then if
know,
y'all meet him, he'll shake your hand. That's why I don't like to shake hands.
need to be had all across the world. I'm gonna continue my travels, continue my studies. There's a lot of game that I want to give, and a lot of things that I will share more in the next high level conversation in the high level Ghana that we did, right? But everything ain't for everybody. I just want to say that I'm not under the illusion that everybody must go. I'm not under the illusion that everybody is ready to build. I'm not under the illusion everybody is leaders, anything of that nature. There is no illusion in my game whatsoever.
Yes, it is. Because everything you just said, you said all that. You literally said all of that. Okay? You said all that.
When it comes to that, right? I understand that some people are, you know, hey, man, just gonna say, it is what it is. You dig? I was just gonna say it like that. Everybody ain't ready. Everybody ain't going. Everybody ain't getting saved. But for those who ready,
everybody ain't gonna get on the mother plane, right?
Because it is 2023. If your mindset is where it's supposed to be, then I'm ready to build with you. You feel me?
So it's about building with him and get down with his coffee, his mushroom coffee called Supermind. Okay, and rumor has it that it tastes like dirt. That's what the the comment said. The review.
Meantime, then I will be back in Ghana in December, maybe even before that if I just feel like it. My schedule is busy, so I don't get to do everything. But you know, once I get some more time, I might just take another trip and I might just pop out, and then y'all might see me in Liberia. Y'all might see me in Lagos, right? You might see me in Ethiopia, right? You might see me in Gambia or Zambia.
Okay, doing what though? What are you doing there? You should be trying to sell your coffee.
In Tanzania, right? You might see me somewhere. Cause they got a lot of gold in these places. While y'all be this is the last thing I'm gonna say. While y'all be talking y'all ish, man, they got all the resources though. How y'all mad that Uganda apologized? They just found all that gold. Man, you should be hell yeah. Y'all should be sorry. Let me come over there, man. Let me get a couple of them nuggets.
Yeah, but they didn't offer the gold, and we're not taking a sorry, man. A sorry doesn't. Yeah, we're in America, my guy. What do you mean you sorry? We're in America. Slavery happened. We're 400 years later. A lot of evil stuff happened to us in this country, man. Sorry, that's not it. That's not it, man. They owe as well.
Yo, I tell you, man, people be arguing about the wrong thing. But if you ain't got no strategy, and this last thing I'll say is
do not wipe your hands with your nose again, bro. I'm about to barf.
if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a vision, right, for your resources, then you don't value them and you'll give them away for things that's not valuable. And so one of the major problems on the continent has always been the lack of vision, the lack of value for the resources of Africa by Africans, which is why Africans sell their resources for cheap because they don't know what to do with them. I'm just being honest. So if you're not building your cell phones and your technology and creating your currencies with your resources and everything you have, you will sell it to somebody else. Oh, you take that. I don't care about that. Right? And it's the lack of valuing the resources, right, that has always been an issue. And so when Africans learn to value the resources and have the skill sets and know how what to do with them, everything changes. Because when you need them more than anybody else needs them, right, then there's no way you can continue to give them away. And so there's a lot of things that need to be changed, right? And, you know, I think Africa will be fine after that. And it's the same thing us here in America. We don't value each other.
Hey, my God. Everything was about Africa, Africa, Africa. 54 countries. They don't give a goddamn about this guy. And he's Africa, 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 Africa. Ain't invest no money in it.
Each other, which is our greatest resource. And when we learn to value each other the same way the rest of the world knows our value, right? Then that's when we have a future.
Okay. Right. We got a future where we link up with Africa. Without linking up with Africa, we have no future. Got it. Oh my God, man. That was, oh my God. Y'all don't wanna know how many times I done dozed off with that shit, man. Oh my God. That dude, he is brutal. He is brutal, man. He is brutal. If he was ever a professor, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he got me sleepy though. Last night I wasn't sleepy. That's why I stayed up so late. But he got me sleepy. I will be in the bed early tonight. That dude. Now I know who to put on. Now I know who to put on when I'm trying to get some sleep. I'm throwing on 19 keys. Okay, when I can't sleep, I'm putting that dude on. 3 hours. I bet you I'll be waking up. That dude is horrible, man. That dude is horrible, bro. Okay, so I'm gonna do this tomorrow, family. Ethnic groups of the United States from 1820 to 2023 U.S. population by ancestry. So the date you're looking at right now is 1820. We're gonna see. We're gonna see who was here. We're gonna see how much time we got. I might do it tonight and tomorrow. Okay, 8 minutes not a long time. Okay, family. We got the English. We got don't give us that damn RBG garbage right here. But we got Foundation Black Americans, number 2. So English number 1, 4 million. We're like 2 million. Irish is here at 1 million or 11, 1.1. The Dutch, 800,000. The German, okay. So you got Scott Irish, indigenous folks, 500,000. Got Scottish right here. Welsh, French, Swedish, Italian, Spanish, Russian, Swiss, Austrian, and what's that? Finland. I can't see the last one. But as you can see, all Europeans except for Foundation Black Americans and Native Americans. All right. Right. So now let's see what happens. Okay, that's called Finnish. Finnish. Okay, cool. Austrian. Watch this. Okay, so now the Danish was snuck in. Swiss snuck in. We didn't see those two earlier. Swedish snuck in. Welsh snuck in. Only 3 years later, it switched that fast. Oh shit. Okay. 1827. I don't see. It says American ancestry refers to the people in the U.S. who self-identify their ancestral origin or descent as American, rather than officially recognized racial or ethnic groups. Okay. We're going to see when we start to see African immigrants or Afro-Caribbean immigrants. Okay. I tell you, man, they were not in the country like that. Look, just 13,000. They were not in the country. For some reason, like they like to believe they were here back in this time. Yeah, I ain't want you over here. Okay, so the majority of these are visibly white Americans who are far removed from and no longer self-identify with their original ethnic ancestral origin. That means they became white. They assimilated as white people. Okay? They assimilated as white people. The Germans are creeping up heavy. God damn, yeah, it came out of nowhere. Look at that. Yeah, when I was studying the history of immigration, like they really wanted Germans over here badly. Look at how Germany is moving. Okay, so we see the Irish people. We see we're at foundation at 3 million. Germans passed us. English uh doubled us, and the Irish is creeping on the come up, but nobody else is close. Where are the Africans in 1841? They don't exist. Where are the Caribbean? Not here. So now remember how they define American. Okay, so look, Irish came in second place. We are now in fourth place. We were a second behind English. Now we're in fourth place in 1855. So family, they're gearing up for the Civil War and potential freedom for us. That's why they stockpiling these damn immigrants. Okay, so the Irish and Germans, they move. Damn, they moving. They catch up to the English folks. 1859. 1859. Here come the Civil War. I wonder how that white population number going to drop after the Civil War. It ended in 65, so we'll see. Let's see if we see a massive drop. All right, here we go. Okay, so Civil War happened right here. Nah, it ain't do nothing. 1868, baby. My fault. Damn. Oh boy. All right. My computer wilding. Okay, so the English. So look at the Germans. The Germans are number one. Irish is close to, and English folks are third, and FBAs are fourth. Hmm. I see the Greek cats crept up in here. Polish crept up. I do not see Jamaican. I don't see the Caribbean at all. I don't see Africa at all. All right, this thing is moving. Yo, look at those Germans, yo. They are pulling away big time. 1890. Okay. All right, let's look at it. So now we got Jews in the mix. 1897 family. We got the yeah. This kind of exactly what I got from my research and my studies in immigration in America at this time. It lines up. The Jewish people, yeah, around 1900. Yeah, we won every war. Yeah, look at Norwegian. They crept up. Germans just took off, yo. That shit crazy. Okay. The goal of the Germans' plan. Wow. And everybody keeps saying the Jews run America. I don't know. You got a lot of Germans here. Ethnic groups in USA. Okay, you see, they got African American as an ethnic group. So how can it serve as a race as well? That's called a dual usage. Okay, look at the chart. Right hand win. Germans are ruling. Irish is right there. I didn't know that many Irish people. English, and we're still in fourth place, but these assimilated Americans are starting to catch up. Right? I know. Let me put a little more sound. It's like a little too quiet. It's too loud. I ain't want to copyright strike. They're gonna copyright strike me. Okay, so 1953. We're at the civil rights movement right now, 1954. Okay, so Germans hands down got it. Okay, okay. So I guess this is around when Elijah Muhammad wrote his book, or a little bit later, Message to the Black Man, when he said 17 million so-called Negroes and then 2 million Native Americans or Indians. Yeah, good look. We're at like 70, where we've just passed, we're at 17 million. That's kind of accurate. Uh-oh. Come on, stop doing that. Oh, look at the Polish. Yeah. So yeah. Now I knew this though. This that I knew. I knew that most white people in America got German ancestry. That's what I heard. I don't know how factual that is, but that's what I heard. Damn, 36 million. Damn, family. 1975. Now we're talking about post integration, post civil rights movement, post so called Jim Crow. Okay, what we looking at? Germany just going crazy, yeah. So Shaquille Johnson said, I've been to Kenya last year with my brother, and oh my God, yo, I swear it's so nasty and dirty. They don't have nothing there to even have good times. It's so freaking boring over there. If you don't go, damn. Yeah, I thought so projecting Leroy. Most of them got Leroy German background. Mm-hmm. Look. Okay, look. Oh. So now you see Puerto Ricans. I want to go backwards. So now you get to see when they came on the scene. Okay, so they came on the scene at least in significant numbers. I think they were here earlier. Ethnic 1985. I believe they were already here, but maybe they just were not numerous. Oh, you said, where we at? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's interesting. Darius McNair said the African American are the only group not with a yellow or blue marker. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's a good observation. Okay. Uh-oh. We got the Mexicans. Large numbers. Damn. Hungarian. Okay. Let's go. Mexicans came out of nowhere. Puerto Rico. Who? All right. Hold on. Yeah, man. We fought back. But I think these Mexicans, we know that they're going to surpass us. 2007. Probably when Biden opened the damn gates, the borders. Baby Rodriguez said, yeah, it's very boring unless you're attending a private party or culture event. Damn. Okay, here we go. Run that back. You got to read the footnotes. Hispanic Latino Americans, except of Mexicans, constitute of about 20 million. Got you. All right. Wait. It's back up a little bit. Right there. Back up. Oh, yeah. I forgot. All of Latin America make up more number of us, but a single ethnic group does not. Wow. So, well, this is 4 years ago. So I think Mexicans didn't get passes. So German number one, we're number two. We crept up on the come up. Mexican number three, and then everybody else down. Filipino, 4 million. Indian, Chinese. Don't see African or. Yeah, I thought that was a cool chart. Cool chart. All right, family. That's it for tonight. We're gonna close it out. I'm gonna try to get to the bed, throwing 19 keys to make sure I really fall asleep. Yeah, my God, that dude is so boring, man. I'm gonna definitely play him tonight. Like I'm already tired as hell. But if I play them tonight, I might be more sleepy. Get to bed ASAP. All right, family, peace. I see you tomorrow. I got some funny tether stuff.